Hey planner friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Alicia and today's video is going to be showing you guys my stationery favorites of 2024. Alright, so I'm just going to jump straight in, and the first thing we're going to start with is this brush pen. Well, actually, specifically my favorite brush pen is the Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip, but mine ran out, so I started using this. Now this is a Pentel Sign, I believe. Yeah, Pentel Sign. This was actually a freebie that Hobonichi did a few years ago, and at the time I didn't use it because it has like a quite large soft tip that I find much more difficult to control than the Tombow Fudenosuke. But I decided to use this one when my other one ran out because I wanted to use up my stationery, and honestly it really grew on me. Would I repurchase it? No, because I do much prefer the Fudenosuke. Did I like it a lot more than I expected? Yes. So this one's a surprising favorite. I'll be sad to see it go, but I'll be happy to see my Fudenosuke back. So this is the brush pen that I used pretty much every single day in my journaling, and I used it on my weekly spreads too, and I would just use it to hand letter in a title. So I'll just show you kind of how it writes. Just a quick lettering, but it's super smooth, really easy to use. But compared to the hard tip Fudenosuke, there is a learning curve. So if you're gonna get a brush pen, that's my recommendation. This one's pretty good too though, so that's my first favorite. All right, my second favorite is pet tapes. These specifically are from Freckles Tea. Freckles Tea does my favorite pet tapes of all time. Almost all of my pet tapes that I own are from Freckles Tea. Now, what is pet tape? If you're not already familiar with pet tape, but you love decorative planning, I highly recommend you guys to look into it because it's a lot more cost effective than stickers, and it serves a very similar purpose in terms of like decorativeness. Basically, it's a roll and it's this printed design on essentially like plastic packing tape. It's not packing tape, it's a lot more high quality, but it like lifts away from the backing like this. So the idea is you find the elements that you like and you can fussy cut around them, and then you can stick them into your planner. So I've actually got an example, hold on, of how pet tape can be used. So this is the page that I decorated. I never ended up writing in it, but this is kind of how it looks. As you can see, this one I have is shiny. They also have matte pet tape, and they also have a washi style. The washi style is my least favorite just because it's really transparent, and I just have the glossy, so I've continued to collect it. If I could go back in time, I would get the matte one though, but that's just in hindsight. The thing that I love about pet tapes is, as you can see on the back, it's like opaque. So all of these images, even though they're on clear like tape essentially, are really, really, really opaque, which means that they're really great for layering. And when you layer them on top of each other, there's no like show through. You can't see what's behind it. And I think that's fabulous. It's really fun to decorate your planners with, and a roll is typically 10 meters. So I pay about 30 Australian dollars a roll for 10 meters. It is a bit more expensive when it comes to stationery. However, you do get a lot, and each roll has probably about 5 loops. So each set of designs is normally at least a meter long. So you're getting lots of variety, and you're also getting multiple of each. And I don't know, I just really love using pet tape. So I've got a ton of different ones by Freckles Tea. I have almost all of her like backlog, and I store it in this plastic binder. I got this off AliExpress, and I got these sheet protectors as well. I actually really like these sheet protectors because they've got a divider in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. there's a divider in the middle, so you can stick something in the front and the back and it won't touch. But anyway, I just cut up a loop, which is basically all the designs. So as you can see, this roll here has, you know, all these different designs. And then this one as well. Sorry, it's really hard to show because it's all clear. But I'll just give you a flip of some of the designs that I have. If you're new to pet tapes and you love this floral style that's a bit like whimsical, super artsy, just absolutely gorgeous, I highly recommend you check out Freckles Tea. They normally release like one collection a year. I think with COVID there was a bit of a gap between volume 2 and volume 3, but I just love her style. She's so talented and I wish I could illustrate like this. But yeah, lots of florals, lots of like muted colors, soft colors, blues, oranges, pinks, that kind of a vibe. But yeah, love it. That's my second favorite. And then while we're on that topic, actually, my third favorite is these folders. I find them so useful. I love the size of them, especially because they fit, like the sleeves fit a standard kind of sticker sheet. So this is a Mindwave sticker sheet. If you're familiar with Japanese sticker brands, you might be familiar with Mindwave. And then this one's also Mindwave. Actually, pretty much all of my sticker sheets are Mindwave, except for these ones. But it's a very standardized size in terms of stickers. A lot of stickers that you buy, you know, from Japanese companies or Korean companies, they normally come in this size. So I love that they fit perfectly in these sleeves, and it's just so easy for storage, and I love being able to flip through all of my sticker sheets. And yeah, again, you can put them on the back as well, but these, because I like to keep the cardboard behind them, are a bit thick, so I just kept them individual. As you can see, these Mofu-san stickers that my friend got me from Japan actually also fit really nicely, so it's a very good size. And then again, I just have more pet tapes in the back of this one. So I've got 3 of these. One of them's empty, and then these are the other 2. I highly recommend these for sticker storage or pet tape storage if that's something that you're struggling with. And this is another definite favorite of mine, and I'm so glad I got these. Alright, favorite number 4 should come as a surprise to absolutely nobody. If you're familiar with my content, you would know that I love Coffee Monster's Co. washi tape. It is something that I collect. I have almost all of the rolls. Most of the ones in recent years I do have. There's a couple of exceptions to that. Like for example, I didn't get the 2.0, I can't even get it out, the 2.0 of this Christmas tape because it was so similar to the 1.0 and I already had that. And it's a seasonal tape, but I just love it. I love Helen's designs. I love her illustrations. I love the different colors. I love the versatility. I love all the themes. I just think they're the cutest things ever. And I featured a lot of them in my Hobonichi setup video when I did my washi wallpaper, as you can see here. And then I did actually go ahead and do the one on the back as well. So I absolutely love Coffee Monster's Co. washi tapes. I'm signed up to the Washi Wizard subscription. I'm sad it's going to be ending in 2026. But I'm really happy with my collection so far. I can't wait to see what she does next. So I have almost one entire container full, and I do actually have a second container as well. I'll show that to you as well. Okay, so this is container number 2. It's actually not full of Coffee Monster's Co. washi, but it's got quite a bit in here still. This one I kind of keep the rest of my bits and bobs in until my Coffee Monster's Co. collection grows that big. But I do have lots of other washi tapes. It's just that my favorites, especially my favorites of last year, are definitely from the Coffee Monster's Co. Okay, now a bit more of a random stationery favorite from me is this ruler that I got from the Coffee Monsters Co. in my subscription. I actually think that this came in the subscription the year before last year when it was the stationery subscription and there wasn't like the washi tier. But I didn't really start using it until last year, and when I started using it, I fell in love with it. I don't really use the bullet points, so those aren't the winning feature for me, and neither is the actual ruler itself. Like as in the increments. I just love using it to rip washi, to draw lines and all that kind of stuff. And the reason I much prefer the metal to the plastic is I find that the edge of plastic rulers gets stained over time, and then when you use it to draw another line, it kind of like transfers, and then when you use it to rip washi tape, it gets on the washi tape, and I don't have that problem with a metal ruler. So big fan. And I stopped using like an X-Acto type tool to cut my washi tape because I would find myself cutting through the page a lot. So this one, game changer. Love it. Another favorite of mine are these brush pens. These are by Sailor. They're the Sailor Shikiori brush pens. They do have a much larger brush than, for example, the Fudenosuke I was talking about earlier, but it makes it really good for like highlighting, drawing, all that kind of stuff. It does also have a fine tip. They are dual-ended. But the reason I love these so much is because they coordinate with Sailor inks. I actually bought these in Japan a number of years ago when I went. I think it was in 2021. Or no, it was in 2022. So it's been 2 years now. 3 years. Oh my goodness, time flies. But I really started using them this last year. I started to use them to kind of write some more titles. Again, because my favorite brush tip pen has died. So I started using these more, and I started using them more to like shade, and I'm attempting to try learning how to draw just some small doodles so I can add those to my journaling spreads. But I really grew an appreciation for these. And then I also realized that they match the inks. Now, I actually bought all these on the same trip, and at the time I didn't even realize that they were coordinating, but now I do know that they coordinate, and I think that that's so cool. To me, that's such a luxe writing experience, and I love being able to coordinate my titles. I love being able to coordinate my titles and my writing with different mediums. So the fountain pen inks as well as the brush pens, I just think that that's fabulous. These are more expensive for brush pens, just like how Sailor inks do tend to be more expensive. But if you really love stationery and you really love like a luxury writing experience, this is a system that I honestly highly recommend investing in. I would pick a couple of colors you really like, and I would grab the brush pen and the ink for it. I just think it's really fun. It's a great thing to incorporate into your journal, and for me personally, I am really excited about the possibilities that come with this. Alright, and to finish this video off, we're going to show just a couple more writing utensils. So my favorite writing pen, my favorite fountain pen, for last year was this one. It's my Pilot Decimo. Again, this one I purchased in Japan. I believe this is the champagne pink color, and honestly, I love it. Even though the ink capacity of the Con 40 is consistently problematic. I've got some ink in there at the moment, but it's not full. I can never get it full, even with the syringe. It just is a bit finicky. But I really, really, really love this pen. I love the writing experience. This is a fine nib. I actually don't love the extra fine nib for this pen, but the fine nib I find writes beautifully. It's not too thick, not too thin, and it's just such a smooth writing experience. I highly recommend you try out a Decimo if you get the chance to. I do also have a capless, not the Decimo version, but I don't love it as much because I have rather small hands and it feels really big to grip, but this just feels so nice in my hand. It's just perfect, and I can find myself writing and journaling for long periods of time without tiring out. So this one was a definite favorite, and I think it will continue to be in years to come. And then to go with that, my favorite inks are these. So Sailor Shikiori Yozakura and the Robert Oster and Coffee Monsters Co. in Day to Night. As you can see, they're actually super similar shades. I did do a video of all of my fountain pen inks, and I swatched both of these in that video. So if you're keen to see what color these are, I'll link that video in the card so you can click on that and watch that, but I won't swatch them in this video. But I do have a preference for like dusty pink colors, and this is exactly what both of these are. I highly recommend these inks if you do like similar colors. Unfortunately, this one is no longer available to purchase. Hopefully Helen will bring that back one day. But this one is my all-time favorite ink. I love it. If you love dusty pinky purples, you need to try this ink. I cannot say enough good things about it. And then just for sake of completion, the last ink I will show you is the black ink that I use. I use the Sailor Black ink. This is a 50ml bottle, and I'm working my way through it. I've been using this for a while, and there's something about this formula that I really, really, really like. It's not waterproof, it's not like Diatramentus permanent ink. It does smudge if it gets wet. However, I really love Sailor inks, and this black ink I really enjoy the writing experience of. So this one, again, was a favorite for last year. Alright, with that, that's all of my stationery favorites for last year. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and hit subscribe to keep up with the content from me. And comment down below letting me know what your favorite stationery items from last year were. Alright, bye friends!